All right, here we go. I'm going to teach you this. This is some pretty cool stuff so that you can understand how recoil works, okay? So this is the barrel, mind you, a dirty barrel. I got through shooting yesterday. But this is the barrel of a Glock 19 9mm semi-automatic pistol, okay? And this is an actual 9mm bullet, one of 4 parts of a complete 9mm round of ammunition. You've got the bullet, casing, powder, and the primer. Bullet, casing, powder, and the primer. So, in order to understand recoil, do you think that if I drop this bullet in the barrel, that it is just going to free fall out of the barrel? What do you think? Some of you think yes, some of you think no. Let's find out. I'm going to drop this bullet. Oh, no, that is not what happens. Here we go. Let's look at it. As you can see, that bullet is in the barrel. It did not go through. Okay? That's because as the bullet begins to travel into the barrel, down the barrel, okay, there are spirals on the inside of the barrel that's called rifling, lands and grooves that help to create the spin of the bullet so that as it exits the muzzle, it can be stabilized in the air on the flight path towards the threat. Makes sense? Like if you throw a football and that football spirals. Absolutely. Okay? So what causes this bullet to actually be ejected out of the muzzle? If you think about it.
The hammer.
Well, not the hammer. The hammer starts the process. The hammer strikes the firing pin. That firing pin strikes the primer. The primer has a little explosive compound which ignites the gunpowder on the inside of it, okay? Which creates, think about that pop bottle. When you shake up that pop bottle, what does it do? The pressure. Yes. It expands that pop bottle. When you open it up too soon, what can the top do likely? It can shoot up, and so does the material on the inside of it. Well, in a gun or in a round of ammunition, the igniting of that powder quickly causes pressures which expand the casing and pushes the bullet. That's a lot of pressure. It pushes the bullet down that barrel and out of the gun. So the gases, once the bullet leaves the barrel, it escapes 2 ways. One, it escapes out of the muzzle. And when you see that fire that sometimes it produces, that is the escaping of the gases and the burning of the powder and the friction that produces that fire. But the gas also escapes the opposite way. If you think about it, okay, I didn't even have to use this, that's good. If you think about it, you got the casing and the actual round itself, the intact round, that is in the chamber, okay? So you're talking about pressure locked in. What is it going to do? Escape out of both ways. The recoil happens after the bullet leaves the barrel. You saw that bullet didn't go through, right? That's a pretty tight seal. And so when the recoil happens, that's because it happens after the bullet leaves the barrel. Once that bullet leaves the barrel, now air is allowed to come in to cause the recoil, to cause the slide to go back. Right. And what causes the slide to actually go forward is the guide spring right here. Okay? Because without this guide spring, do you think the slide would go forward? No. Okay? In fact, the slide would just stay to the rear, and then you would just have to push the slide forward, which would cause a problem because now in you trying to push the slide forward without this guide spring, you would have to worry about whether or not the round is a new round is going to be inserted into the chamber. Right. Learned some scientific shit today, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Absolutely. Okay. Good. That's it.